Tackling the coal cars.
Train, 16 coaches long.
Now you see why. These coal cars I thought would run perfectly on this track, but none of these coal cars actually worked at all. You can see that when I did my single car drive rounds, these things had issues. This side here wouldn't even drive around the track. This side here came off going forward and backwards on that side. And the other side never did come off. And this side came off on that side. I went in and checked. All the wheels seem to be right. They're the standard wheel. The trucks are working fine. The couplers look fine. I've looked at everything I can on these, and I don't see any issues. Everything looks perfect. One thing I did notice is when I put it on the scale, this thing is right at 2 ounces, and my lightest car that worked on the track that had the green dot was 2.5 ounces. So these are at least a half an ounce, and these bigger cars are they're 3.5 ounces. Some of them are 4 ounces. So I guess I got a buffer from about 2.5 to 4. So if I put more weight on these things here, I should be able to get these things to go around. There's a couple of ways I thought of doing it. You guys that have been doing this for a long time, you know what I don't, but I don't know that. The first thing I put on these things is I stuck sockets in the back, and they seem to run better, but that's not practical. You can't keep your tool set in the back of your coal cars. And then I looked for just heavy stuff, so I found some lead pieces here, and I stuck those in there, but then they would be either top heavy or not enough toward the back or front or whatever. So I looked at these cars and I was thinking I needed something more natural. So I found some of this talus that I made out of just chips of plaster. I had a whole box of this stuff. And I'm going to just fill these cars up, I'm going to fill one car up, and I'm going to see if that helps this thing go around the track. Let's give it a whirl. Okay, that's 1 ounce. That's 1 ounce of this talus, and if this stuff works, I'll glue it in there, and I'll paint it or tint it black and then glue it in there. Let's see how it works. Yep, she's off. Okay, these wheels that were on this car, as you can tell, they have like a black tip on them, and the ones that I just stuck on here were the other ones, which had the silver tip. So there is a difference in the wheels. These may have been those they may have been the ones that the guy gave me for Lionel that would fit, that were smaller. Now let's run this around with no weight and just different wheels on there, see how it does. How about that? So, it's the wheels. Yeah, I got to go through and find which of these other cars that I put those wheels on there and pull them all off, I guess. Can it go all the way around without having an issue? Let's take it to 20. Perfect. No problems. No problems. How about that? Okay, this is what I was talking about. This is the cart that went around this track at 20, no issues at all. The one that's going around here now wouldn't go around this track at all for no reason. And it always seemed to be the side where that red dots are at. So I took a truck off of this one, and this is the truck that was giving me trouble on the back of that car. I took it off and I put a truck on there, and now this thing runs fine. So is that the problem? That truck for some reason is the problem. It's not the wheels. I've already replaced the wheels out. It's amazing. Well, I finally green dotted all of these coal cars. And what I found is that I had some mismatched wheels. Let me show you. These wheels here that are a little darker colored apparently have a different dimension on them. I don't have a set of calipers here, so I don't know. But I bought a set of these, a pack of these wheels, and everything that had a problem had these wheels. So I took those wheels off. Now all these inner mountain wheels, they work fine. So I'm going and do a little cannibalization off, get all my good wheels off of these carts that I can't get to work right now, and I'll use those wheels. The other thing that I noticed is that the trucks on the ones that was giving me a problem were too tight. I mean, they would work rotating fine, that's what I thought. So I tightened them up, and then I just loosened them up a little bit so that they would rotate well, but they didn't wobble. I guess it needs that wobble. So now that these things wobble a little bit, this car here's been running for about 20 minutes on 20, and it ain't come off this track one time. Neither these three have. And that's all I did was loosen that thing, found the problem, post problem, and this is what I got. Now I'm going to apply that to these other cars, see what I can get. That appears to be the culprit. The wheel on the right has a smaller shank and a pointier point. The one on the left is bigger around and works fine on everything. Swapping them all out. They all earn their green dots. All my troubled children are now fixed. It appeared to be mostly just those weird wheels, apparently just a little bit different. And that center post being too tightened up too much, because right now all these are running fine. And we have some coupling. Just a couple of coupling issues. But that's not too bad. We're gonna live with that. We got less problems today than we had yesterday. I guess that's what it's all about. Take care.